Greetings and welcome, my friends. You have come over to the Synthesizer Side. This is Avatar, a Bant synthesizer deck featuring the power of multiplication. The deck started out as a simple Simic deck, but failed to perform. We added white for an enchantment that functions as removal and ramp, and the deck feels complete. We've got a few ways of duplicating our permanents along with some ramp artifacts to help us play out our pricey cards. For defensive measures, we've got some bounce as well as a little bit of life gain to buy us a turn or two if we're under pressure. We're playing the full set of Into the Flood Maw, the 1-mana bounce spell to hit enemy men and buy us some time to set up our board. As a bonus, we can gift the opponent a tapped fish and use this to bounce any non-land permanent back to their hand. It doesn't get better than buying some time for only 1 mana. 3 steps ahead is a staple of synthesizer decks. If you aren't playing it in your lists, you should. It's a Swiss Army knife that does so many things. The most important ability is the copy that lets us make a token of any artifact we have in play. The counter ability is also very useful, as well as the draw function. Silver Scrutiny is a touch of card draw to help refuel our hand. In a deck where we have so much ramp, we're capable of playing out most of our cards and depleting our hand quickly. With a Scrutiny, we can restock, as well as give us a chance of finding our duplication spells. Doppelgang is a powerful duplication tool that we can use to make multiple token copies of any permanents we want. That's right, we can even use it to make copies of a permanent an opponent controls. It's a great way to get powerful cards on our side, but our main goal is to use this to make multiple synthesizers and generate an army of Robot Overlords. The synthesizer is our key card. It will generate Robot Overlords every time we have an artifact of mana value 3 or more enter on our side. With the power of multiplication we have on our side, we can make maximum tokens. Ancient Cornucopia is an excellent mana artifact that gains us a bit of life as well. And since it's a 3-mana artifact, it will trigger our synthesizer when we play it out. Heaped Harvest is an artifact that fetches us a basic land when it enters play. We can pay 2 mana and sacrifice it to get another land, and we'll gain 3 life as well. Just one of these will fix our colors as well as get us up to 5 mana on its own. Etherize is a fantastic bounce spell that will return all attacking men to their owner's hand. If they're coming at us with token men, they'll be gone for good. This is a great way to buy some time and give us a chance to drop our weapons on board. Buried in the Garden is a removal that also ramps. It'll take away any permanent the opponent has, and afterwards the land that's enchanted will tap for 2 mana. It's the addition that enabled the deck to take off and perform incredibly well. Oko, the ringleader, is more than just a planeswalker. He's part of the combination of cards that lets us turn out more Robot Overlords than the opponent can handle, and in some cases, more than Arena can handle. With a doubling season in play, we get Loco Oko with enough loyalty to fire off his ultimate right away. Doubling season lets us pop off with incredible numbers. An Oko ultimate with this in play as well as a synthesizer, and it's a pile of Robot Overlords. For lands, we're playing the full set of Willow Rush Verge, the island that becomes a dual when we have a forest or island in play. For Temple of Mystery, the Simic Scry land. For Hushwood Verge, the forest that becomes a dual when we have a forest or plains in play. 5 forest, 5 island, and 2 plains. Playing the deck can be a challenge. We are not playing a ton of removals, so care must be taken when firing off cards that take out opposing men. Ramp as much as possible to get to at least 5 mana for a doubling season, but the more mana the better since we have Doppelgang as a big multiplication tool that wants heaps of mana. We want to wait to play out an Oko until after we've gotten a doubling season down, but if we need some men, he works in a pinch. With the right setup, we can often make more Robot Overlords than the opponent can block. The late game is ours. That's the deck, boys. Let's go play some games.
Do you want to play a game?
This is Kathy. She likes pizza and working out so she can eat more pizza. I dig it. We're kicking things off with a 3-lander that's got a removal, duplication, and a bounce spell. It's not the best set of cards, but having a couple of defensive measures makes me feel more comfortable. Keep your hopes up. We draw a scry land and we'll play it out. On top we have a land. We'll hang on to it since a Doppelgang will need as much mana as we can muster. That's a lightning strike hitting us in the face. If it's mono red burn, we'll want to get our life gain artifacts, preferably a cornucopia. A forge could be rather problematic. Let's counter it, and it'll be a problem we won't have to worry about. We draw a synthesizer and we'll play it out. On top we have a 3 steps ahead and a land. We'll ship the land, but we always love an instant synthesizer. They make some sushi, but a single token is not a threat. They're going to need something more. They send in their California roll, and we'll make an instant synthesizer. The Robot Overlords are coming. They rage up and make their token of force. Our Robot Overlord will only be a 3/3. We could use it to block and trade with their token, but we want our men to stick around. They get bigger the more we have. In a cruel twist of fate, they snipe our first Robot Overlord. We'll pass the turn once again and make another instant synthesizer. Let them come at us, and we'll give them a surprise. I can't really believe they think they can get us with fish. Let's make another synthesizer, and we'll have 2 Robot Overlords to block with. And they'll be bigger than our first one. They hit us with a burst lightning, but that's not enough to knock us off. And they won't be able to snipe our Robot Overlords now that they're tapped. On top we have our bounce spell, and some card draw. We won't really need that much more to close out the game, so we'll keep these. Let's block up their fish. Our Robot Overlords eat sushi too. Not just opponents. We've got just enough to make a single copy of one of our synthesizers. We'll be set up for beatings, but we'll be a point short. They have one last turn to come up with 9 damages, or suffer the pain of our Robot Overlords. They tap out for another burst lightning. It's not enough, and it's GG's. This is Roger Rim. He likes World of Warcraft, horns, and porcelain thrones. We get a 3-lander with double Doppelgang, a synthesizer, and a cornucopia. The double temples will help us scry into more ammo. This does feel clunky, but we'll give it a shot. Keep. Our scry land shows us another land on top. With this deck, we definitely want to hit 5 mana on schedule, and extra lands only help fuel our Doppelgang. Our second scry land shows us another land on top, and this time we'll ship it. We've still got 3 lands in hand, and that's our 5 mana we need. Their first play of the game is a hop to it, 3 power worth of tokens, but that could easily go up if they have pump of any kind. We'll have to hope they don't have a way to destroy our synthesizer. It's our play this turn. On top we have a land, and a 3 steps ahead. We'll ship the land, but keep the instant synthesizer. They play out as sheltered by ghosts and take our synthesizer. Without any creature control at the moment, there's not much we can do to get it back. We don't have a synthesizer anymore, but we'll still play out the Cornucopia. It'll give us a little bit of life with every card we play out. They play out the new Elspeth. It's not what we would want to see. With her on board, they have a reliable way of generating tokens on each of their turns. They use her pump ability to roid up their rabbits. We draw a Heaped Harvest and we'll play it out. We do have the mana to sacrifice it as well and gain 3 life and another land. Another round of roids pumps their rabbits enough to knock us off. Luckily, we've got a Heaped Harvest we can eat, and that'll put us at 3 life after they attack. This is our last turn. We can't doppelgang our way out of this one. We need to have men in order to get a clone of their sheltered by ghosts. And making a copy of their Elspeth isn't going to do anything for us, since they can pump their team, and we'd be unable to block with the tokens we make. But then we do have a 3 steps ahead. We can use it to draw a pair of cards and hope to find an Etherize. They make a pair of sushi tokens at the end of our turn, going for a little bit of overkill. There's no such thing as being too greedy. Am I right, bro? In a classic Greedlord move, they go for a retreat. What they've got on board isn't enough. Let's counter it and we can go for the draw function as well. And there's an Etherize, we can wipe out their attackers and possibly get back our synthesizer. Let's see what they do. They go for the team pump. Maybe should have been generating tokens at some point, but opponents will opponent. To our delight and their horror, they send everyone in. That is a classic Greedlord botch. Let's fire off our Etherize and wipe out their entire team. And just like that, their advantage is gone. Oopsie poopsie bro, should have kept something in your pants. On top we have a Buried in the Garden and a Doubling Season. We do need a way to deal with Elspeth, otherwise they just make a pair of tokens and give them flying and roids. Always put your enchantment on a basic land. They're a bit harder to destroy than non-basics. Lucky for them, they managed to destroy our enchantment. We'll follow up with the second Cornucopia and get our first Robot Overlord. Our pants are still on, and we've regained some valuable life. They are forced to use Elspeth to generate a pair of token men. Luckily, they didn't use the fountain port instead. They follow up with another Sheltered by Ghosts and take our synthesizer yet again. Old habits die hard. We have enough to copy 2 things, and we'll copy their Sheltered by Ghosts as well as their Elspeth. They need to be able to make it easier to target auras. It thinks I want to copy the token. Negative Ghost Rider, let's copy the enchantment. In a stroke of genius, they sniped their own Sheltered by Ghosts. We won't get a copy of it now, but we'll still get a copy of their Elspeth. And that will be enough.
I light the path to victory.
It's our turn to hand out the roids and give our Robot Overlord flying.
Strike from the heavens!
We'll get in there and take out their Planeswalker. May your tokens serve you well, bro. The tables have officially been turned. They also play Heir Apparent. What a surprise! They managed to pump their tokens and send them in. Instead of hitting Elspeth, they come after our life total. Oh, if they only knew what was coming. Let's bury their hair, so there won't be any tokens if they get another one. Then we'll follow up with a Doppelgang on our Synthesizer. Thanks to Elspeth being on our side, we get double the token copies. And double the Robot Overlords. We never bring a one-man crew to a job, we always show up with a full team. That's right, it's GG's. Smell you later, bro. This is Chris KOV Guard Vark. He likes Aardvarks, guards, and guarding Aardvarks. We get a 3-lander with a good mix of cards. Removal, ramp, and bounce. Keep your pants on. The first play of the game is a bat for them. What will they take, the Enchantment or the Aether Eyes? They take our Enchantment and ramp, leaving us with the Aether Eyes. We draw a Synthesizer, and we'll play it out right away. We've got 2 Cornucopia to generate Robot Overlords and get us to 4 mana to be able to make an instant Synthesizer. They play out an Amalia to help push damages. If it gets big quickly, it could be a problem. We've got only one play to make, a Cornucopia and our first Robot Overlord. They might be able to snipe it since it's kind of small, but our following robots won't be so easy to get rid of. Removal, can't say we are surprised. We've got more where that came from. Our factory is only getting warmed up. We'll pass the turn and hold our mana up and see what they do. They play out another channeler before they swing in. We could make an instant Synthesizer, but I think sweeping away their men this turn would be best. They replay their bat, and probably will take the enchantment again. We draw our Loco Oko, but he'll have to wait. We'll have to go with classic synthesizer plays to stay in this fight, and that means an instant synthesizer. They have double the amount of lands we do. It's the shuffler's way of making this a fair fight. They send it, and we'll fire off our 3 steps ahead. It's always amazing getting a synthesizer at instant speed. On top we have a land and a doubling season. With a doubling season in play, Oko can fire off his ultimate right away for an insane amount of Robot Overlords. We'll keep both but draw the land first. We'll block up and take down their channeler. Sure, they can pump something else, but with the turns we have coming we have a chance to do more damage to them. We'll play out the second Cornucopia and generate a pair of Robot Overlords. These AI will be a decent size. They go for a Sheltered by Ghosts, which could end up taking out something we'll really want. We'll counter it. We want everything we have on board. They come in for damages, but those hardly make a dent. We gain 2 life when we play out a monocolored card and 4 life when it's 2 colors. We draw our doubling season and can look forward to our next turn. The Pain Army is coming. They play out their virtue, but it won't be enough. Our doubling season remains on board when we start our turn. Let's play out Oko and fire off his ultimate for copies of everything we have on board.
To the death. I'd like you to meet.
Say hello to all our triggers, bro. In the past, this has sometimes caused Arena to crash, but so far everything is looking good. They give us the GGs. There's no way they'll have enough blockers to stop this army. Let's send in our Robot Overlords. We'll eat a pair of their men. Sure, they can get one back, but unless they can hit us for 19 on their next turn, they're done. Yes, bro, play out all the blockers you can, even a toilet with legs. They swing in at our Loco Oko, but he's done his job already.
Optimal successful energy.
No need to do anything, let's get in there. Damages, bro, damages. Props to the opponent for sticking it out to the end. Most people would have vanished. And that, my friends, is another satisfied customer.